everybody, my name is Erin Keeley and I'm an environmental scientist with Maryland Coastal Bays. Let's talk about horseshoe crabs and get you comfortable handling them so that you can volunteer for a horseshoe stranded spawning recovery team. When water temperatures reach above 15 degrees Celsius, horseshoe crabs make their way into the coastal bays to begin spawning. Horseshoe crabs spawn in shallow waters along sandy beaches, with peak spawning occurring around the new and full moon phases during the evening high tide. It takes a tremendous amount of energy for the horseshoe crabs to spawn and lay eggs. So as the tide recedes, horseshoe crabs can become stranded within the obstacles they were once able to easily overcome during high tide. Waves can flip horseshoe crabs onto their backs, leaving their gills exposed to the sun, or they can become trapped in riffraff or other obstacles that exist around their spawning grounds. This can lead to mass casualties in the coastal bays. Our job is to rescue them and learn how to do it safely and effectively. Alright, so this is our horseshoe crab model. Anatomy is very important when learning how to handle horseshoe crabs. So up here is the head. It's shaped like a horseshoe, which is where it gets its name. It houses the major organs as well as 5 pairs of legs and the mouth. There's a distinct line between the abdomen and the head. The abdomen has these spiky protrusions on it, which is how you can tell it's the abdomen. It houses the gills. And then, last but not least, is the telson. So the telson is used for steering and movement. It is very fragile, so you never want to handle a horseshoe crab by the telson or it can break off, reducing its lifespan. You will need to fill out a data sheet every time you are out, which will be provided to you. This is what the data sheet looks like. As you can see, you have volunteer name, site name, date, start and end time. You'll circle habitat type. Next lines, you will estimate the number of stranded horseshoe crabs you rescued and the number of dead horseshoe crabs you found. If you see any horseshoe crab actively spawning, circle yes and then estimate the number at the site based on the range given. And then there is a space at the end for any additional comments you think are important to note about the site or the conditions or the behaviors. This data will be uploaded to an MDNR website and used by both MCPB and MDNR to determine where the most strandings are occurring throughout our watershed so we know where to focus our efforts. Here we have a stranded horseshoe crab. If you ever see horseshoe crabs spawning in other locations, be sure to reach out to us. And be sure to take lots of photos and videos because not only do we love seeing our beautiful creatures and volunteers, we also want to gain more information about their activities and where the horseshoe crabs may be spawning within our coastal bays. Once you've successfully gone through your training, you'll be sent a volunteer schedule where you can sign up for times and locations that will work with your schedule. You'll be sent an email that has the link to the volunteer schedule within a few days after you watch this video. This first column is the moon phase. Horseshoe crabs tend to spawn around the full moon and the new moon, so those are clearly marked on the schedule. The next columns are month, day, date, and time. The times on the schedule correspond to low tide, since that is the time when most horseshoe crab strandings occur. Some days there will be 2 time slots available for each location. Please put your name next to the AM or PM slot accordingly, so other volunteers know what time volunteers are still needed. Put your name and email address or phone number by the locations you want to survey. There are 3 locations to choose from: Oceanic Motel, Homer Gudinski Park, also known as Stinky Beach, and Robin Drive. There are 3 to 6 slots for volunteers each day and location. Please sign up for as many or as little shifts as you would like. You must stop by the Maryland Coastal Bays office to pick up the materials you're going to need to be a volunteer for this program. Each volunteer will receive a clipboard, data sheets, gloves, and a parking pass for the Oceanic Motel. Please bring a pencil with you to fill out your data sheets. We want you to be comfortable and safe for these surveys, so here's what you can do to prepare. Wear shoes with good grips that can get wet. Do not wear flip-flops. Rocks can be very slippery when wet and unstable, so use caution when walking around. Additionally, always make sure to wear your gloves while you're handling the horseshoe crabs. The gloves are meant to protect any open wounds you may have on your hands from getting infected. Some other items we recommend bringing with you are sunscreen, sunglasses, and a hat because the sun can be very intense and we don't want anyone to get burned. Additionally, the offshore winds can be chilly in the early morning or late afternoon, so we recommend having a light jacket on hand. Remember to take lots of pictures of the horseshoe crabs and yourselves. We love to see our volunteers having fun and helping our local wildlife. Thanks for watching. Now you're equipped with all the knowledge you need to start rescuing stranded horseshoe crabs. If you want to learn more information about horseshoe crabs and their importance to the Maryland Coastal Bays, check out our other video.